How's it going, everyone? This is Dave again here from Wet Fly Swing, and I'm going to show you how to tie a green rat. This is from some of Warren Duncan's group of patterns. A great Atlantic salmon fly, and we're going to start off by using our Dairiki 899 size 6. I'll just throw this on here. Sound like I dropped a hook. I think I did. Anyways, so we're going to get started here just with some our normal UTC, and we'll just start here midway just to get going. And this pattern, I was actually in the Facebook group, the Wet Fly Swing Facebook group. We had a little discussion going on about a few patterns, and we were kind of trying to figure out which this was, the one that somebody shared. And I think there's another pattern that's similar to this, but this is what got me thinking about tying this. So first thing is we're going to get just some peacock sword, and we're going to cut off about, just for the tail, about 4 or 5 of these little guys. And you can put these on anyways. They're usually pretty even. I like to kind of lean them so they're kind of bending up. If they don't all bend up, that's not a huge thing. In fact, I'll pop that guy off. Sometimes I don't mind if they're kind of bending every which way. But I'm just going to start right there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this old tinsel. I'm just going to wrap that in right here. And you want to keep this fairly even because we're going to do the floss. I'm going to start with the floss body. And on this one, you want to make this about, I guess it kind of turns out being half and half. And I'll just use a little bit of this I got emerald green, and I've just got one strand. I'm gonna start off with one strand here because I'm gonna kind of wrap back over it. So we'll just start off here. I'll just work my way back to keep a nice, fairly thin body here. The back, then we'll just wrap back over it. This allows you to keep things pretty even. You do it this way. Just gonna wrap all the way, then I'll wrap back over it. Tie it off. So I'm just gonna go right back to about there. Because our spacing is gonna be about here to about here, so we're gonna have a little bit of peacock up front here, and I'll just take some peacock for this body piece. If you can get a few that have some meat on them, and I just grabbed about same thing, about 5 strands. Cut off the ends, the lighter color ends. And we're just going to tie this on. I'm just going to stop right about there to leave myself room. Just go like this. And you can add more if you like, but I'm just going to stop right there. Keep it fairly slim. I like for Atlantic salmon flies and steelhead flies, I like the slim profile. I'll make sure I don't go past that point. And then we're just going to take this and wrap. Try to keep it as even as possible. And Warren Duncan, if you haven't seen him, his stuff, he actually passed away, but he had this classic video where he tied the rusty rat and recited poetry. That was like his thing. And I've got a link to that somewhere on the site. But and also in this, he puts the wing on first, and then the hackle over the top, which is kind of different than a lot of the times when I'm tying these. And I'm also going to add something a little bit different. Some of this flash, we're just using some 6989 And I'm going to add some strands to give it a little bit of flash. I'm just going to cut off a little bit here and take about, oh, I don't know, maybe like 10 strands of this. Something like that, maybe even a little less. Let's see, there we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, maybe 8 strands. Put that right there, right below the wing. Just put on top, right there. Just gonna put that right below. And then over the top of that, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this squirrel. Right here, we'll cut off a little bunch down here. It has some white tips. And a little bit of the brown. What I'm going to do here just to get the little fuzzies out is flick, flick. There's not much. This is pretty stiff to tie with and is not always the most fun just because it's pretty, yeah, it's kind of a hard thing to tie in here, but put this in my stacker here. That's in the stacker and we'll just stack this up. Just give a few stacks, doesn't have to be totally even. Pretty much, pretty good. Pull off one of those and then I'll put this on just like this, right? And have the tips of this go back just past the green Flashaboo. I'm just going to secure this. So now we have that. Then this leaves us plenty of room to tie the hackle. On top, I'll cut this off. Cut that off short, and I'll just wrap over this because I want to make sure it gets really even for the tying our hackle on. I'm going to switch up here really quick. Just finish up with a red. Okay, and then grab a grizzly hackle. Get about the right size here. You can kind of measure it. I don't mind going a little long because I like to have it nice and long. Do that and then pull out the anchor. Tie that guy on there. And just wrap. Just wrap and you can kind of fold this back. Do another one. Another one. It's going to get down just about in there. That makes it fairly full. I'll be able to wrap back over this. Pull back, get your 45 angle here. Let's do that. Cover up the front here. We're about there. Try to cover up this last one right here and almost there. Once I get that, you have that nice full looking fly. And I'm not sure, it's a good question on the pattern, but as far as the hackle in the front versus the hackle over the wing or under the wing. And I guess it's going to give it a little bit different action. We're just going to pull that off just like that. Dart whip finish, get nice and tight. You can see that's it. It's a pretty little fly. Had some nice hackles. When that sits in the water, it's going to all sit nicely and breathe just like that. So that is the green rat. One of Warren Duncan's patterns. This one's got a little bit of a flash underneath. You can't almost can barely see it there. Do you see that little? That's what I like though with the flash on these flies. I like it to be barely noticeable. So yeah, thanks again for checking out the video today. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, or just be great if you could subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.